Hi everyone, good evening or maybe good morning wherever you are. Recently, a while ago, I was at the Eucharistic Adoration and I had the opportunity to invite a friend over to just share in the Eucharist. This friend that I was inviting wasn't a Catholic, so I was slightly nervous inviting him into getting to meet Jesus in his real presence, even though he did not fully understand. It was quite rushed. I didn't really have much time to share with him before that about what the Eucharist was, why we believe in the Jesus present in the Eucharist. And so during the whole session, I could sort of sense he was a little bit confused, and I think he felt that it was a very good experience, it was peaceful, but then again, it was a bit difficult to explain everything on the go, and I just thought, okay, maybe I'll let God lead the way, I'll let God allow him to experience God in whatever way he wants to, and maybe you can share after that and see how it goes. Later, when this adoration ended, I went with him to sit down at the table, and then just at that moment a group of boys come to join us and sat down at the table. I was just thinking to myself, oh man, maybe we won't be able to share about what we experienced deeply because there are mutual friends around. And I was just thinking, oh my goodness, the plan is ruined. We won't be able to both share about our lives, and I haven't seen my friend in some time or so. My friend that I brought over for Eucharistic Adoration, who I thought, we maybe can have a discussion about the Eucharist and what he experienced, met another friend and they both left the table. And I was just a bit stunned there because I was left with his mutual friend and I didn't know what to do. And the friend that I was supposed to be introducing into this environment has left, and I'm just wondering, okay, so what is plan B? What am I going to do? But somehow this person that sat across me, a mutual friend, introduced himself and hey, we met each other at this place, and started talking, and actually we had quite a blessed conversation. And at the end, when we both were about to leave, he said to me, actually this was a conversation that I never had in a long time, and I've never actually had the space to share this. And I thought also, yeah, it was a very beautiful conversation and something that I never really thought about. And at that moment I realized that this interruption of this group of people coming into the plan that I thought was what God wanted was actually good for me, was actually a blessed time. In reflection, I looked back and I saw that actually most of Jesus' miracles were interruptions. The plans that he had a place to go, he had a place to be, he had a task to do, but it was always people calling out to him. Jesus was on the way to here, Jesus was passing through here, Jesus was going here. But someone called out to him, someone interrupted him and messed up his plans, but Jesus stopped, acknowledged the interruptions, and was present to these interruptions, so to say. These are all common stories. Take Jesus healing the two blind men, Matthew 20:29. Common stories, but sometimes we look back and hey, we don't realize that these are actually interruptions. Jesus and his disciples were on the way to Jericho. Two blind men shouted, "Son of David, have mercy on us." The crowd rebuked them and asked them to stop interrupting Jesus. But Jesus allowed their interruptions to be heard. His mission and what he was doing consistently had room for interruptions. Luke 19 begins with Jesus passing through Jericho. When he saw Zacchaeus up the tree, and Jesus said, "Come down, Zacchaeus, for today I must stay at your house." Isn't it quite interesting how Jesus was passing through Jericho, but then he makes a statement as if he was all along intending to stay at Zacchaeus' house in Jericho, for I must stay at your house today. Then, in reflection of that, we start to appreciate that, hey, actually, these interruptions are, in fact, part of the plan that what God wants for us. And perhaps in the mission that we are called to and the pace that we live out our mission and the task that we do in our mission, maybe having room for these interruptions. I don't know if any comes to mind, but I know some that yes. I just think of many instances in my time and the past that these interruptions have come, and I just wonder how differently they could have been if I actually stopped and paused and received them with a little bit of room for all these interruptions, or perhaps blessings. Well, just a short reflection, and I thought that it was worth sharing. Have a blessed week, friends, and I hope that everyone is doing well.